Video, I'm going to take you through the oral board prep sheet that will help you prepare for facing one of these interviews. Whether you're a firefighter, a police officer, or first responder, doing the oral board part of an assessment center can be a challenge. So picture yourself walking into this room. This picture is courtesy of Orlando Police Department, and police and fire have similar processes for the assessment center, which include these interviews where you sit down with a panel of people who are asking you questions about the job, about the position, about the department. And it can be pretty daunting because if you look at it, it's a very formal situation. And in this one, you have 6 people that are all kind of asking you questions and seeing how well prepared you are. And a lot of times the stakes can be pretty high, because if you're competing against a lot of people to get a job that you really want or a promotion that you really want, your performance here can make or break your test and how well you do in that overall assessment. So we'll get right into it. So the template I'm going to share with you is from the Promotion Playbook, which by the time you watch this, it should be available on Amazon, or you can go to promotionplaybook.com to find out more resources. You can buy the book, and then with the book is these videos to go through the book. So promotionplaybook.com to find out more. And I will include a link to these templates so you can use these templates without having to buy the book, because I've used these on a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people use these, myself included. It's a really good way to organize the content for an oral board. Now, the chapter before kind of talks about this concept of hitting a home run on an oral board. But for this chapter, so the Promotion Playbook consists of 7 strategies and 4 skills. The 4 skills are study, speak, write, and apply. Oral boards fall under your ability to speak well, and so that is part of the speaking skill, which is in the Promotion Playbook. So here it is, the oral board prep sheets. What there is these are just templates I'll show you. So you have a self prep sheet, a position prep sheet, a department prep sheet, and then you have your 1-page script. So the way this works is that you're going to prepare each of these individually, and then kind of refine the process into one-page script so that it's concise, it's clean, it's rehearsed, and you know your answers, and you know all the information you need going into this process, so that you can go in there confidently. Because if you are prepared, you're going to be far more well-spoken being prepared. The nerves will probably always be there. I don't know if you're ever not nervous, then you're probably not trying hard enough or not engaged enough. The nerves are a good sign if you're prepared. If you're not prepared and you're nervous, not such a good thing. But just realize that the stress is going to be part of this most of the time. It's stressful even when you are prepared, but when you're prepared, you can harness that stress and use it to serve you and not take you out. So the metaphor used in this chapter is a bag of gold. So think about this. I'll take you back to this other picture. So think about going into this and think about this panel that they want to give you the job, but in order to get the job, you have to give them the gold that you have. And say you walk in there with a bag of gold, and throughout this interview, they're going to ask you questions which will present opportunities to give them golden nuggets throughout the process. And if your gold is clean and refined and sharp and looks great and polished, and you give it all out throughout this process, then you're likely going to score high, and there's a good chance you're going to get the job. If you don't give out the gold, or you give them really poor quality gold because it's not refined and it's not rehearsed, then you're probably not going to score well. So think about this throughout the whole oral board. The way to win at this game, to buy your position, metaphorically speaking, is to give them the gold coins as they ask for them. Now, they're not going to specifically say ask for the gold, but they're going to ask questions. And if you can give the right answers to the questions, then you're going to do well. So there's 3 areas I mentioned again: yourself, the position, the department. There's a sheet for each of these. So your self-prep sheet, the position prep sheet, and the department prep sheet. So the goal is you fill out each of those individually, and then you put it all here into this 1-page refined 1-page script, so that the day of the test, you just have one page. It's simple, it's clean, it's concise, and you're able to go in there confidently. And the end result here is to have simplicity. In order to get there, it takes a little bit of work and refinement, and you might have to print out several copies of these individual sheets before you get there. So self-position department, and then underneath each of those, there's 3 different components that you build. So you'll see each one is a little bit different depending on what you need to know for each, but facts, stories, goals, facts, stories, goals, facts, stories, goals. And the reason it's organized that way is because there's 2 pieces of influence that you really have to understand and you have to include as part of your skill set and strategy going into these oral boards. Is you have to understand that people are driven by 2 different, people are influenced, not so much driven. Well, we'll use the word influence, is that people are influenced by 2 main factors. One is logic, the next one is emotion. And typically emotion carries more than logic. There's a saying that people make decisions emotionally and then they back it with logic. I don't know if that's always true, but just realize that whenever you're dealing with a panel, you're going to have a variation. Oh, my wife says I'll cut this video kind of short because I got to pay for food. So anyway, so logic and emotion, you need to interweave both of these because people are driven by both. Also, if you look at this panel, there's going to be people that are more logical on there, and then others who are more emotionally driven. So going on this panel, there's going to be some people that tend to think more in terms of logic and numbers and facts and data, and then there's going to be others that think in terms of emotion and more personable and less specific on the numbers and data and facts like that. So you need to have the facts, you need to have the stories, and the other thing is to have a goals, so that there's the saying in Proverbs that without a vision, the people perish. So the purpose of having goals is that you have a vision, you have purpose, and that you're going to get in that position and advance the purpose, the vision, the mission of the department and the position. So facts, stories, goals, it explains that, and you'll see each sheet composes of have the facts, have the stories, have the goals. Ideally, once you refine this, you can end up with a handful of stories that interweave the facts and the goals into them, so that when you tell a story, you can interweave these facts into it. And everything has a story to it. So the self-prep sheet is you use a story that tells your personal values, something with your unique life experience. They can include all this, your education, your training experience, the number of hours you have, the time that you spend in training, the projects you've managed, the degrees that you have, all that sort of stuff can be interweaved into your stories. And then again, you redirect that to say that, look, I have goals, and then I'm not just going to show up to this position and become stagnant. This is where I'd like to be, and this is why it's beneficial. Position, so for the position, what would be your goals for the position? Learn the position, maybe advance. And the department prep sheet, which is mission, vision, values. So I'll say this and then I'll bring this to a close. So your stories is the department has a stories. Every culture has a story that drives that culture. So when you're looking at you're going to test for a position, let's say we're using this picture here and we're going to Orlando Police. One thing you'd want to study right off the bat is say that I had no preparation at all. I just walked in here. I want to become a police officer for Orlando Police. I would look up at this sign here and I would interweave courage and commitment. And I can't read the other one, but I would definitely involve courage and commitment as one of my values that they value. So I put that here is that they value courage and commitment. And then I would understand their mission, the vision of the organization, and other things. When it comes to their goals, is realize where's the organization going. So again, I'll put a link to this video. I will just save this part of it. It's a sneak peek of some of the other stuff in the book, but right now we're going to focus on the oral board. I'll put these sheets, I'll just give this part of the book and I'll make it a separate piece that I'll attach to this video for going through that. So thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of luck. To find out more, go to promotionplaybook.com, or you can buy the book on Amazon also. Thank you.